Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Sammy, and today I'm going to be walking you through my Patreon process, sort of my schedule for Patreon, how I post, when I post, and sort of give you a behind the scenes of what it looks like as an artist. I seriously never thought that anyone would actually be signing up to pay for the art that I make. To have anyone sign up is literally a dream. I currently have 29 members on Patreon, 4 of them being paying members, so they pay every single month, and then I send out physical rewards, so that is stickers, prints, and then I'm hoping this year I can add in maybe a book club, so then I can add in a bookmark. Those are kind of the tier options right now, so I currently have 4 paying members for the sticker tier, which if you are starting out, something to keep in mind, when you open up a tier, you are sort of dedicated to creating for that tier in case someone does join. I started a print tier, I want to say 4 months ago, and I had someone, I'm pretty sure it was the day that I posted it, somebody signed up, and then just this month they downgraded their tier, so now they're just at the sticker tier. Now I have no one in my print tier, so I'm still making a print every month, which is totally fine with me. I like to draw, that's literally my job. But definitely keep that in mind if you don't already have a huge following. I didn't have a huge following when I still don't have a huge following when I started mine. So I was honestly fine with that. I was it'll give me something to do, and it'll give me a reason to draw every month. I will have to produce at least a sticker and at least a print. So definitely keep that in mind if you're starting out. I did just get a new camera. I guess it's not really new. I've had this camera for a while. It was actually my parents' camera, and then when I moved out, I took it with me because I was in a photography class. And so I've just kind of had it sitting around, and then I kind of just decided I'm gonna maybe see if I can use it for YouTube videos, which has honestly been quite a learning curve. Even though I took a photography class, I feel I should know how to use the camera, but unfortunately I don't. Specifically with filming aspect of it, that is a bit harder just because you have to do face tracking, and there's just all these different things that cameras are just so hard to learn. So I've been trying to figure out how to learn that. So most of the time for my print and sticker, I will try to make them similar. So I want them to either go together by the theme or the colors or the line work. I want something pulling together the print and the sticker. So for this month I did the color scheme. So I did kind of these dark browns, light blues, and then a little bit of red, which I did also make this month a bookmark. I just did it for fun. I got a Holbein acrylic gouache set with 18 different colors, and I really wanted to use it. And I was you know what, that would just be a fun little extra thing to give to my patrons. If you're signed up for the February rewards, which you do have to sign up the month beforehand, you have to sign up for February and January, and then when February rolls around, I'll post March's rewards preview, so then you can sign up anytime during February for that, and so on. So that's kind of how I get people to follow, is I make a little rewards preview. I make it cute. I make it, I draw things on there. I make it look cohesive, and I feel putting things together in a package type of way like this makes it look a lot more attractive. And I feel people will actually look at it if it's a carousel on Instagram, which is usually where I post them. I'll post them on Instagram. Sometimes I'll post it on a TikTok story just to put it out there. And then, of course, I will post it on my Patreon as well. Also, since I am a small creator and I'm hoping to always stay within my own means, like if that makes sense, like I don't ever want to outsource or get things made at a factory or like get things manufactured, I guess. Like I want to be able to do everything from home. So I make the prints on a 5x7 sheet of matte paper at home from my printer. I will make the stickers myself, which is honestly a super fun process. And I feel like it makes the buyer feel like their product is more intentional if it's not like mass produced. So I do make all the stickers at home. I print all the prints at home. I have little envelopes that I will like print on. I do a little design and I print it on there. It says like do not bend. Honestly, just to make them like cuter and like it's just something to look forward to. Just like a cute little something in the mail every month, and you're supporting a small creator, which is just amazing all around. I also wanted to mention my like schedule. I forgot to put this in there, but for my Patreon schedule, I do try and post my day that I picked out was like Wednesdays. I'm not really sure why, but I just chose Wednesdays as like my day to post. So on the very first Wednesday of the month, I will try and post my rewards preview so that anyone who wants to join has at least 3 weeks to join, and it still gives me like a couple of days to like get everything like all in order. Then on the second Wednesday of the month, I will post my digital download. So that could be anything from a computer lock screen, an iPad lock screen. I've done recipes. I just did a coloring page as my last one, so you can like print that out and color it. So there's a lot of different options for like the digital download. And then on the third or fourth Wednesday of the month, I will post the sketchbook tour or the photo dump. It just kind of depends on like if I have a lot of photos, if I don't, you know, just kind of depending on like how that month goes. Yeah, and then I just give like updates like here and there on my Patreon, just little things like I just changed the way that I was sending out mail, so I sent out like an updated little reminder of like this is how this is gonna work this month. And yeah, just kind of things like that. I'll post like polls, so I'll ask people questions like if I'm making a sticker or something and I want it to have a phrase, I'll say like, do you guys like it with the phrase, without the phrase? Do you like this phrase or that phrase? Little things like that where I just want like feedback on it, because sometimes it's fun to have your guys' opinion and for you to know that you can have an opinion on what I'm doing. And then I definitely try and promote my Patreon a lot on my Reels and my TikTok, of course in my YouTube, and yeah, just stuff like that, because it is a great way for artists to make money and have a consistent income. Something that I really want to start doing, like I mentioned before, was a bookmark or like a book club tier. And then I also, for my digital tier, I might add in like a podcast episode every month or kind of something like that, where I can like post not necessarily like a video like this, but some type of like unedited like audio that you can just listen to, like unedited, like the raw footage of me just like talking about, you know, my favorite products of the month or like what I've been up to. Or I feel like that would be a better way for you guys to like get to know me better without it being so like formal like with YouTube. I will edit out every single time I say like, which is about every other sentence. A podcast episode, you wouldn't be getting that. But yeah, I forgot to record that part to tell you guys like my schedule kind of for Patreon. But yeah, that's kind of like how I do things from like month to month. Okay, so that is like a big chunk of my process. Then after I have them all in the envelopes, I will put a stamp and I'll put their addresses on there. Obviously I didn't show that part, but I'll put their addresses on there. I have like a little like thermal label printer, and then I just take it to the post office and drop it off in one of the boxes. I think if you have like a lot of mail, like if you have a lot of members, like there's something. I was talking to the lady at the post office, and I don't know if this is just for like letter mail or if this is for like bigger packages, but if you're having like if you're like dropping off a lot of something, I think you're supposed to like tell them before you come, or there's like batch shipping, or like I don't even know. But if you're sending out a lot of something, definitely like look into that. But yeah, I'm definitely hoping to keep my Patreon sort of small because I still want to be able to do everything from home like I mentioned earlier. And if it gets like too big or like too popular, like I want to say like maybe 50 people in each like tier. If I have like a physical reward, if I have physical rewards, then that seems like maybe it could be easier to keep up with, because that would only be like 100 people if I had 50 in the sticker tier, 50 in the print tier, because that's only 100 people, and that seems like it would be pretty fine to like maintain. And yeah, Patreon is a great way for like small artists to have like an income that they can sort of calculate, because you have a monthly amount coming in. It's not like I might sell this $500 piece of art or I might not. It's, you're kind of like, okay, I have 10 patrons and my tier is $8. I'm getting $80 a month. You can kind of calculate it that way. And it's also a way for people to get art from small artists without paying a very large amount. Like I said, with a $500 painting, like that is something that not everybody can afford. So I think it's a great way to get your art out there. There's always something to post, whether you're posting like, come with me while I pack, or like pack Patreon mail with me, or this is my process, this is how I make my prints, this is how I make my stickers, like things like that. I do have another video which is so much more in depth on how I make my stickers if you were interested. It is on my channel, and that actually might be one of the best performing videos that I've had, because I feel like I was very thorough and like detailed, and people obviously want that. So I'm hoping that I could do the same for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.